Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Marcus from InfoSec Governance, and in today's video we're going to be talking about ISO and the audit program. Now if you're working with ISO standards such as 27001 or 9001 or some other type of framework, you're likely going to be working with internal and external audits, and with this you're going to need to implement an audit program. But what is an audit program? As the name suggests, it's a program where you as the business are performing the audits within the business, which means that you need to have a defined number of tasks scheduled over the course of a period of time to check your internal systems and processes to make sure that they're doing what they should be doing. Here you will be looking for any types of risks and non-compliances within your business which have been identified and defined against whichever standard that you're working against. Now you'll be asking yourself, how long is a period of time? Well, this can depend upon the size and the complexity of your business. Some businesses will do an annual program if they're based around like a micro-sized business, but larger businesses will develop a program that scans and identifies and audits over 3 years, and this aligns with the standard ISO certification cycles. But the length of the program can come down to the number of resources you have to hand and how much risk you have within the business, as well as the complexity of your business. For example, looking at additional factors which can play an impact into the length of your program, such as how many management systems you have in place. Do you already have ISO 27001 or 9001? And so forth. Now the number of audits that you must carry out, like the length of the audit program, will depend upon multiple factors for your business. You must conduct enough audits to ensure that you cover all of your controls over the period of time that you've defined, but ensuring that you aren't overstretching your audit as well as your business and the resources that are carrying these out. If the business has several locations around the country or even international, you may want to split up your audits down to make it a little bit easier and more defined, looking at these locations in more detail as you progress through the audit program. You also have to take into account the risk of your business and maybe the prioritization of certain areas depending upon your business and things like that. When it comes to the number of audits, every business is different and there's not one size fits all when it comes to audit programs. You do what is right for your business. When it comes to planning in your audits, you as a business or whoever is managing your audit program must ensure that the risk areas are scheduled in priority, which means that high and critical risk areas are checked first and audited more frequently throughout the year compared to other areas. This can include changes that have been introduced for potential risks of the business. What defines a high risk area? Well, high risk areas could be made up of some of the following. So we're looking at maybe new production environments or release of new software, new integration of systems such as payroll, backups not being performed or restorations being checked, not performing regular internal audits, any type of identified non-conformancies that have previously been picked up by an external auditor, or any type of changes to a business that could potentially have an impact on operations and day-to-day work. Then you need to move on to medium level risks, and lastly auditing your low level risks, which can be audited less frequently but must be checked at some stage through your audit program. The risk levels should be defined and logged within your risk register and checked with implementing your internal audit schedules for your audit program. But remember, risk can change. It's not a fixed rating. What is a low risk one year might not be a low risk next year, or high risk this year might not be a high risk next year. Severities do go up and down depending upon your remediations. Now, if you don't perform your audits and you don't check the risk of your business, how do you know what could impact you and your business moving forward? And how can you stay compliant? And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If it's got interest to you, if you like this video, this sort of topic, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more information like this. If you've got any comments around audit programs or ISO or anything like that, feel free to stick a comment in below the video and we'll respond to it. And until next time, we'll see you later.